Hi, my name is Sean Michael Martinez, and we're gonna talk about the first goal of the SDG, the no poverty. The first goal we're going to present is called No Poverty. Based on the UN Sustainable Development Goal website, the Philippines is still facing significant challenges in fighting poverty. But based on the 2020 annual report, Filipino who was earning $1.90 or 93 pesos per day was decreased from 15.47% in 2012 to 3.13% this past 2020. And Filipinos who were earning $3.20 or 156 pesos per day was also decreased from 37.75% in 2012 to 22.10% this 2020. This data shows that the Philippines was on track to achieving this development goal for 2030. The first reason why there are Filipinos who are facing poverty or experiencing poverty is because of being unemployed. The truth is that there are several available jobs, but the Filipinos aren't aware of the jobs or they aren't employing themselves for that job. Many fresh graduates are seeking jobs. Most of these fresh graduates are spending their time on social media. Using social media, we can also share recent job posts on Peso's respective social media pages so many people can be aware of those. By doing these simple tasks, students, we are contributing even in small ways to reduce poverty and achieving the Philippines goal of no poverty for 2030. Thank you.
The next sustainable development goal that we are going to discuss is zero hunger. The current state of this goal for our country still faces major challenges, score moderately improving and insufficient to attain the goal. Zero hunger has 7 indicators and 3 of them were already achieved and need to maintain. Those goals are prevalence of obesity, which is the percentage of the adult population that has a body mass index of 30 kilograms per square meter or higher. Based on height, human trophic level, which is the levels are a measure of the energy intensity of diet composition and reflect the relative amounts of plants as opposed to animals eaten in a given country. A higher trophic level represents a greater level of consumption of energy level intensive animals. And lastly, cereal yield measured as a tonnes per hectare of harvested land. Production data on cereals relate to crops harvested for dry grain only and excludes crops harvested for hay or grain for food, feed or silage and those used for grazing. Currently, we are still working for the following indicators. Prevalence of undernourishment, which is the percentage of the populations whose food intake is insufficient to meet dietary energy requirements for a minimum of 1 year. Dietary energy requirements are defined as the amount of dietary energy required by an individual to maintain body functions, health, and normal activity. FAO et al. Report 14.7 million undernourished people in development regions, which corresponds to an average prevalence of 1.17%. In the developed regions, prevalence of stunting in children under 5 years of age, which is the percentage of children up to 5 years that are stunted measured as the percentage that falls below -2 standard deviations from the median height for their age according to the World Health Organization child growth standards. Prevalence of wasting in children under 5 years of age, the percentage of children the age of 5 years whose weight falls below -2 standard deviations from the median weight for their age according to the World Health Organization Child Growth Standards Sustainable Nitrogen Management Index. The Sustainable Nitrogen Management Index is a one-dimensional ranking score that combines two efficiency measures in crop production, nitrogen use efficiency and land use efficiency. The Philippine government already had a program to fight malnutrition and hunger in the country, and they are working eagerly to solve the problem. As students, we are proposing a project called Pagkain Bangkan, or a local food bank. A food bank is a non-profit organization that collects safe, nutritious, and culturally appropriate food and redistributes it to individuals and families experiencing food insecurity. This food bank not only provides food for poor people but also lessens food waste that also causes environmental hazards. Pagkain Bangkan will be located in barangay halls, so it will be reachable and will be familiar for the communities. If this project will be approved, students can voluntarily participate in a weekly or monthly food drive for the food bank. We're also planning to conduct a feeding program in some areas that have high rates of malnutrition. The food that is collected on Pagkain Bangkan can also be used on feeding programs. Doing small things can also inspire others. And as students, we are very eager to fight hunger in our country.
The second topic that we choose in 17th goal is quality education. Quality education is one that focuses on each student's social, emotional, behavioral, physical, cognitive growth, regardless of gender, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or geographic location for the entire child. Not just for research, it prepares the child for life. Education liberates the mind and unlocking the imagination and is key to self-respect. It is the path to prosperity and open up a world of possibilities, allowing each of us to contribute to a stable, inclusive society. Every human being benefits from learning, and it should be open to everyone. Today, we are facing challenges in achieving the good quality education goal in the Philippines. The only indicator that we achieve currently is the literacy rate. In the year 2015, we hit 99.8 of the youth 15 to 24 who can both read and write a short, simple statement on everyday life with understanding. On one of the indicators that we missed was the net primary enrollment rate, which the next indicator was the lower secondary completion rate, which is measured as the gross intake ratio to the last grade to lower secondary education, general and pre-vocational. It is calculated as the number of new entrants in the last grade of lower secondary education, regardless of age divided by population at the entrance age for the last grade of lower secondary education. It has a huge decrease from 85.11% last 2016 to 78.20% last 2017.
As students, we have limited resources and skills to provide this kind of support towards other students. So, to increase the primary enrollment rate, we can arrange a program together with the local community which has a low primary enrollment rate. Regularly, the enrollment of primary school was starting as early as March until the first day of classes. Anak Ko, Enroll Ko is a community drive that encourages parents to enlist their child who is at the right age to enter the primary schools. Also, we can conduct a seminar with the assistance of the public elementary school teachers so they can explain the importance of primary education to their children. Together with this community drive, we are having another program which is called Summer Pre-Elementary Program. This program provides pre-learning for those children who were graduated from their kindergarten and preparing for their primary education. This program will consist of a month-long daily refresher studying of what they have learned on their kindergarten phase. Together with the assistance of the local education department, we can ask for modules and training seminars for the volunteer teachers who can teach on their said program. Our government and the Department of Education already established the alternative learning system for those who didn't complete their secondary schooling. But to help increase the number of the lower secondary education completion rate, as a student, we can offer free tutorials for those high school students who were struggling to study. We are planning to have a social media group named Your Tutor. This social media group can serve as a hub for those who are looking for them to tutor on some of the academic subjects that they are struggling with. As a moderator of the said social media group, we are ensuring that this group will not serve a cheating ground, but for them to learn. We believe that by doing these small actions, as a student, we can help to achieve the goal quality education here in the Philippines. Thank you.
So that is our presentation for this topic. On behalf of my group mates, we thank you for watching this video.